Hello, I'm Gaddix Games, and here's another Mobile Legends video. And this time we're going to be going over 30 upcoming revamps that are coming or will be released throughout 2026. So without further ado, let's get started. And we'll start with a revamp of Luo Yi. She already has a design, but it's not finished yet. We also don't know if her abilities will get a revamp as well. For now, it would only be a visual revamp. And now I'll show you the first leaked images of what she would look like, although this revamp is not finished yet on the battlefield. Now let's move on to the next revamp, which is for Aulus, a hero that I think caused a lot of problems for Moonton because he never really convinced anyone. So this time, with this revamp, what they want is to give Aulus a different look, a totally different appearance. And there we can see the first images of what this new design would look like. Notice that the previous look changes a lot compared to what he will have in this revamp. And there we can see a bit of how he would look on the battlefield. As for Aulus, his abilities would also be revamped. So we'll see if with this, Aulus can finally become a more picked hero. Because that was Aulus's problem. Since he was released, he never really convinced anyone and always remained one of the sidelined fighters. And here we can see a bit more of the movements and animation that the Aulus revamp would have. Now let's move on to the next revamp, which is Eudora's. This revamp is already finished and will arrive on January 29th. As you can see, visually, Eudora has changed, but now they've added that magic wand to her. As for her abilities, the main change isn't her ultimate. Now it's going to be like an area damage, where you can select the area where you want the ultimate to land. Before, it was just damage to a single hero or you depended on the other abilities, but now it's like damage that you can choose where it lands and it's area damage. So I'll leave you now with the gameplay of Eudora's revamp. The next revamp is for Brody, and this would be the design. We also already have gameplay showing how he would look on the battlefield, but this revamp, at least for now, would also be only visual. We continue with the next revamp, which is the visual revamp for Kadita. We can see the design that this upcoming Kadita would have. Then we also have the visual revamp for Badang. There we can see the new design. Also for Bruno, I think Bruno was one of the heroes who needed a new design the most, so there we see it. Honestly, I think Bruno's turned out well. We would also have a visual revamp for Paquito. There we see the design Masha would have. Also a revamp for Clint. Although all these revamps I'm showing you are only visual. Now we continue with a new leak, important information, and that is that Montoon has leaked that they have brought back the old heroes. For example, there we see Akai in his first version. So according to rumors, it could be Montoon. They might bring an event or an arcade mode where we can use the heroes in their old versions, for example, this first Akai. So we'll see what happens, but everything indicates that it could be an arcade-type mode where we can enjoy these old heroes again. Just imagine being able to play with the first Vayne again. That would be really great. So there you have it. This is the version of the first Akai, the old Akai. Also, the original Vexana, many remember this first version and its design. I like the abilities, well, not really, but there are many who like these first abilities. She had more. Vexana. Many people were fans of this Vexana, so we also see that this old Vexana version would return. And the old versions of Yi Sun Shin and Zilong. Now let's move on to another one of the revamps for 2026, which would be Kaya's. This revamp is already semi-finished. There we can see the design it would have, which is still in a poll, but one of these designs will be the final one. And the gameplay is also already available. The main new feature of this revamp is not only going to be a visual revamp, but also in abilities, since now Kaya will be able to fly and go through walls. Now we continue with the next revamps. On one hand, we have this visual revamp for Angela, which is only visual. Also, this confirmed revamp for Martis. Also for Selena. And I'll leave you with the latest revamps that will arrive in 2026. But I'll say goodbye here. Leave your opinion in the comments. Which of all these revamps are you waiting for? I'm reading your comments as always, and if you like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.